Seahawks and Bengals here now. The Seahawks will jump up and bite you just when you kind of count them out. But the Bengals are they've got to be finding themselves a little bit. Look, the thing we talked about with Burrow was the obvious limitations with the calf injury. Now, I'm not David Chow. I can't look at a guy operating on the field and say he looks a lot, but when the doctors tell me that he looks like he's moving with that, now you can see he's not running or whatever. He looked better because he performed better to me. He threw for 317 yards. The Bengals are back on track, but when the doctor, they analyze and say, yes, you look at the way he's moving, and this doesn't appear. That's a fact. That looks like a fact to me that the leg looks healthier immediately. So when you got a 3-1 Seahawks team coming in high on the hog, and you got a 2-3 Bengals team where everybody's already kicked them out of the playoffs, no. This is Bengals. Get right. It's got to be here. Jamar Chase, record-setting unbelievable performance. 15 passes, 3 touchdowns in the win. They had 3 touchdowns last week. They scored 3 touchdowns in the first 4 weeks. The Bengals are back home against Seattle. Look, we love Seattle. I'm a fan of Seattle. I think Carroll will be fine. Look, it's not. I'm a Geno guy. If a guy puts up numbers in the NFL, there's something to it. And for me, look, I don't have a problem with Seattle right now. And here we are. Aren't you watching me on family and friends texting again? I'm right here on Facebook. They don't even watch me. They have lives. So I like the Bengals pretty strong here. It feels like kind of my premium, my morning's team select here a little bit. Bengals 5-2-1. Last 8 games as a home favorite, 9-2 against the spread. Last 11 coming off a win. There's nothing. Yeah, maybe the Bengals, kind of fixing up the line a little bit, but those are all great numbers, really. And in a series where, these two teams meet occasionally, I'm not too worried about the fact that the home team usually wins this series. But I will say this so far, the NFC West, the Niners, the 49ers, and the Rams, and and the Seahawks, the NFC West and Arizona. But the NFC West is doing very, very well against the spread outside of the division. 8-1-1 against the spread as arguably the best. Well, they are the best spread division in the NFL right now. But I'm not sure. Bengals, the Seahawks are actually coming off a bye, and I think it actually used to be Carroll's strong point. I should have went back and looked, but I know the last 3 years of Seahawks have lost off of the bye. So, and they're not great off of a win either. 10-15 against the spread, but 2-0 this year. So now let's just strike it from the record, Your Honor. So Bengals get to 500. Seahawks, if they win, they're 4-1. Do they feel like that team? They really don't, do they? Seahawks very, very good in these type of games, close spread games. 18-12, last 30 against the number, and Seattle has done their best work on the road so far. Of course, the upset win at Detroit as a 4-point dog, and of course, they smashed the Giants. So, were we really ready to throw out the Bengals with Thomas Lewis's bathwater? I'm taking the Bengals here. I took them on that office pool show that I did. Of course, I just had to take them on the money line. So maybe I'll just take them on the money line here. I like them to win though. I like them on. I'm taking them on the spread because that's what we do here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Oh, one last note on the Seahawks and the Bengals here. This one's pretty significant. Not giving out the total here, and certainly want to try to hold my. I'm not the king of the unders. Actually, that belongs to another gentleman that gives out YouTube picks, but. This one's a little bit interesting. So talking about the those buys, right? And I believe the Bengals are on their buy next, and home favorites. Here we go. Let me see here. Home favorites before their bye week if the total is above 42 points. So home teams playing expected to be in high scoring games have gone over the last 3+ seasons, 12 overs, 2 unders. So that's 3+ seasons, only a 14-game sample size, but home teams heading into their bye with a total over 42 for the game, and this one's 45, have gone 12-2 to the over. My first inclination to look at this game is, looking even at the market here at 45 now. It opened 44, went to 46, comes back down to 45, indicates kind of an underperforming. And again, this one in Cincinnati, so that's not quite. The weather is just supposed to be a little bit kind of northwest from there, the bad weather that is expected throughout the week, but it is still going to be a little bit rugged, but we haven't seen that big totals drop like we did, in Chicago. Those cities aren't a million miles away, obviously, but that's kind of where the dividing point, I guess, might be. If you like the under, maybe there's some value to it, but that is an interesting trend to the over.